What's up?
Hey!
How you
I just
doing?
sat here dancing to the music while I was waiting for you.
Yeah, the music is nice.
It is. It
It
really
gets me in
does.
a
Like
good
when
mood.
you're back here and you got some nerves, it like loosens you up.
It gets me in a good mood. One of these times we're gonna come out from the countdown timer with glow sticks and stuff,
Oh, that's a
dancing.
good
We have a little
idea.
rave party going on.
All right.
That would be pretty fun.
That
What's
would
up,
be fun.
everybody?
Hey.
You're feeling the Christmas spirit.
Yes,
It was Anna's idea to wear the little hats.
I did. I brought out the extra long hat to bring in the Q4 spirit.
That's right. This
Yeah.
is honestly my favorite time of year is like the first time I walk into Costco and they have like Christmas trees and stuff out. Because I'm
Yeah,
just like, it's here. Like the e-com Super Bowl is around the corner.
yeah, it's really, really fun. Such an exciting time of year.
All right. How's everybody doing out in internet land? Welcome to Coffee with Michael. It's the best print-on-demand e-commerce show on the planet. Streaming live right now. It's the best one this week, guaranteed. Everything's about to get better. Your week's about to improve. Your day's about to improve. This is about to kickstart your weekend. It's going to be an amazing weekend. If this is the first time you've ever tuned in to a Coffee with Michael, you're about to be amazed. Your life is about to change. Things are going to improve for you from this day forward. You know it's real. Everybody does. Mauricio says, I'm just here for the toast. That is the most magical thing we do around here. So today I'm joined by Anna Beck. Anna Beck is kind of a local favorite here in ShineOn world. Everybody loves Anna. Anna is a Etsy and Amazon pro. Lots of experience selling on Etsy and Amazon. Multiple six figures. I assume you probably hit seven figures by now easily on those two platforms. And she's been selling ShineOn for at least 2 years now.
Yeah, I think 2 years, or no, maybe this next year is coming up on 2. I don't know. Not that long though. Not that long.
Well, this coming Mother's Day, I think, is your third Mother's Day with us.
Yeah, that's true. It would be
At
my
least.
third Mother's Day. Yeah. So I guess it has been over 2 years.
Yeah. So Anna's pretty well known in the community. She knows what she's talking about. If you have any interest in selling on Etsy, this is going to be a great one for you. I encourage you to stay tuned. If you're not selling on Etsy yet, you should really consider it. If you're only selling on Shopify, it almost makes no sense not to just plug all your products into Etsy as you go anyway, because you can get some organic sales there. So Anna's going to be sharing all about that here in a little bit. So pretty exciting show for you today. Make sure you stay tuned. Anna, did I get all that about right?
Yeah. Yep. I'm not quite to seven figures, so I want to be transparent about that, but it's been very successful for me. So I'm very grateful.
Yeah, she's definitely crushed it. Over here at ShineOn internally, when we review sales numbers and stuff, we've talked about Anna personally on more than one occasion. So she knows what she's doing. So fun tip about Anna. Anna is in Germany right now. She's been an expat for what, 8 years?
No, just a couple years now.
Oh, I thought it was much longer than that. Do we speak
No.
German yet?
9. I mean, just a little. Hello, guten Tag.
Okay,
I would disappoint our German friends, really.
That'll work. Very good. All right, let's get into it. We like to kick things off around here with the Digital Marketer's Toast. Now, something really cool happened last week. So I told everybody, hey, before we kicked off the toast, I said, look down at your phones, no sales. We're going to do the toast. Pick up your phones again. I promise somebody's going to get a sale. And sure enough, we had a little bit of a testimonial after the toast. So Brad here said, I'm 7 days in the challenge. This morning when I was listening to Coffee with Michael, my first sale came through. And it was an ad that had only been live for 30 minutes. Just as Michael was saying that sales that were coming through when he was doing the toast, I had a sale come through, right? I'm going to start collecting these right here on this slide. And we're going to review them every week. The Digital Marketer's Toast is magical, people. It's the thing we do around here that it lowers CPMs. I'm telling you, it improves Zuckerberg's mood every time we do it. Like he has like there's like neurogenesis that happens in his brain, and the serotonin gets upticked and all that kind of stuff. He's happier because of this. CPMs come down. People have banned accounts, suddenly get them out of jail for no apparent reason. It's just like a surprise. There are folks that get sales, their first sale, every time we do this. They're not always watching Coffee with Michael, but they should be. They should be. But someone somewhere is about to get their first sale during the toast. Are you ready? Are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right. Here it is, people. Raise up your glasses, mugs, bottles, and flasks. Join me now for the Digital Marketer's Toast. Here's to more conversions, more cash, cheap CPMs, and lower CACs, to higher CTRs, much higher CVRs, to enabled ad accounts and big bank accounts, to upsells, downsells, and cross-sells, to winning products and repeat sales, and to the thing that everybody knows, the riches are in the niches, but also your email flows. Cheers, everybody. There we go.
Good.
What were you drinking?
What was I drinking? To be honest, I'm not.
No, don't say air.
It's true. It's true. It's just air.
Yeah, but it was like hot triple brewed air with extra
really energizing,
cinnamon,
like
right?
fresh and clean, the best of the best.
That's right. Okay, well that is acceptable. That is acceptable, okay. I guess.
Yeah, I think if I were to drink coffee right now, I wouldn't sleep for the rest of the night. So
yeah, I forget you're ahead of us. They do make decaf.
Yeah, that's
true. When Marvin was on here like 3 weeks ago, it was like 2 a.m. over there, and that guy was hitting a full cup of coffee, like caffeinated coffee and everything.
All-nighter.
He was. He's in the Philippines. All right. Facebook user says it's true. The toast is magic. That's right. I feel the tingle. Yeah, if you felt tingles during the toast, let us know in the chat. Let us know in the chat. People do every time.
We're feeling alive.
Yep. All right. There was one more comment here. Oh, we want Zuckerberg to be happy. That's right. We'll tune in every Friday. Every Friday. Gas prices come down. Inflation gets pushed down a little bit. Stock market gets a bump. If you want your 401k to go up, never miss a toast. All right. Let's get into it. Do me a favor, like the post, drop some love in the comments. Anna, do you have a favorite emoji?
Oh, I do. What has it been, though? I've been using it, and now that I'm on the spot, I can't think of it. Let's just do the little heart rosy one, like where you're like in love and happy. You know what I'm talking about?
The happy in love rosy heart emoji. Flood the chat with those.
Yeah.
Flood the chat. Happy
Everyone
rosy.
It's like the feel good, like, oh, thanks, I love you. Kind of
this
emoji.
One?
No, that's not it. But thank you.
That's like a wedding ring.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's like a smiley face. Yes, that's the one. Facebook user got
right
it.
Here. That's
the one. Everyone see them so good and warm and cozy like they should during Christmas time. And
that's right.
StreamYard.com/Facebook,
by the way. That'll allow us to see your name, Facebook users.
There we go. There's an emoji.
Let's do it. Okay, let's keep going here. Swag winners from last week. There's a lot of them. This is the best time of year. Terra Dime, OMG, that was a learning curve. I have 3 stores, been doing POD for almost 3 years, tees, tanks, sweatshirts, etc. I've been wanting to add jewelry to stores for quite a while. I finally took the plunge during the second week of October and made my first sale October 12th. I just made my 9th sale this morning. I feel like I finally figured out the design process, and I'm having fun finding new niches and messages that make me cry. Bingo, people are watching. Why is this part of my job now? LOL. Right now, I'm all on Etsy. This would be a good one for you, Anna. But we'll see where 2023 takes us. Prost to a successful 4th quarter, everyone.
Oh, she must be German.
Is that German?
That's a German word. Yeah.
What's it mean? Don't let us down.
Like cheers.
Oh, okay. Prost. Very cool. Prost. Well, I'm glad you're here. We would have been totally lost. I would have had to stop this.
I know. We would have.
Yeah.
I had to maybe end this and figure it out.
Do you think the toast brought us together for this moment?
Maybe.
It's magical. All right. $65 in revenue. These are okay. I see these are like a succession of screenshots here. Congratulations, Tara. Thank you so much for sharing your success. Somebody from the team will reach out. You've got some swag coming your way. May I recommend a ShineOn hoodie? I love this hoodie. It fits great. It keeps me warm. It's like 20 degrees outside where I'm at today. So the hoodies are nice. All right, let's keep going. Sap Sherry, my first sale, joined the ShineOn 14-day challenge and have been feeling really discouraged lately since Meta Facebook has been disabling, then re-enabling, then disabling my ad account. Then this morning, I woke up, had a $200 order. I feel so happy and grateful, more encouraged to keep going. Congratulations, Sap. Thanks for sharing your testimonial with us. Facebook can be a little rough, but do not give up on it. Every serious digital marketer I know sells on Facebook. You can't really get away from it. Might be a little love-hate relationship, but that's okay. It's them. It's not you. It's not you. Just hang in there. Everything will be good. $258 in revenue. Amazing job. You've got some swag coming your way. Next is Nordia. Guess what? Got my first sale. Looking for the next target, 1 million, 129 bucks on, okay, that's on 3 sales. I was like, wow, it's not bad AOV on 1 sale. Congratulations, Nordia. Keep up the good work. The first dollar you make online truly is life-changing. It completely changes your worldview. It's like a paradigm flipping. So congratulations. You've got some swag coming your way. All right, Tomas. I think I'm saying that right. Tomas, join the challenge October 2nd. Even though I have past POD and Facebook ads experience, I'm learning so many small tips and tricks daily in the Discord channel. After many, many sleepless nights, over $2,000 in ad spend, hundreds of campaigns and ad sets, learning English grammar, ... started to finally see some consistency. Excuse me. I'm not confident in my numbers yet, but it's really nice progress in the first month of the challenge. Thank you, ShineOn. You're wonderful, kind, strong. Couldn't imagine my life without you. Love, Tomas. See you in Q4. Oh, wait, we're in Q4. I like that. $1,000 in revenue. Amazing work. If you're hitting these kinds of numbers right now, you're going to have a really good Q4. Obviously, can't promise results, can't promise you're going to scale to the moon or anything, but you'll probably hit $10,000 in revenue easy in Q4. And if you hit a winner, you could really knock it out of the park. Anyway, fantastic job. You've got some swag coming your way. All right, if you'd also like to get some free swag, every week we grab 2 to 5 posts from the Facebook group. We're looking for testimonials, milestone screenshots, tips, tricks, all that kind of stuff. If we grab your post, we feature it here, you will get some free swag. We have all kinds of really cool stuff. I almost wore my ShineOn beanie today. I thought about it because it was laying right next to my Christmas hat, but it just doesn't quite have that Christmas vibe. So we got all kinds of cool stuff, though. You're going to love it. All right, latest news. I'll run through these really quickly so we can get to the good stuff. Anna's got quite a few slides today. I think we're going to go fairly deep. So, yeah, hang tight.
There's deep and fun.
Deep and fun. That's how we like it. Right? Every single one of these is fun by default.
I guess that's true. But we're sprinkling in some random fun.
Let's do it. All right. The ShineOn Q4 contest, ShineOnContest.com if you want to sign up for that. If you want to be able to get like prizes and things like that for Q4, this is where you need to go to sign up. There's also a leaderboard over there, which is kind of fun. It makes it competitive. And we have a Facebook group that Tammy and some other folks from the team are kind of in there posting, maintaining the group. If you're new to ShineOn and you just kind of want another cohort to do Q4 with, this is kind of a great way to get involved and maybe meet some other buddies and friends in ShineOn land so you guys can sell together. ShineOnContest.com. I love the leaderboard over there. I got to remember I'll start featuring that when we get to this slide. But anyway, it's cool. It updates dynamically. You can see who's in the lead. It's fun. So anyway, ShineOnContest.com if you want to be part of that. We launched some new products last month. I've talked about these every week for the last 3 or 4 weeks. I'm not going to spend a ton of time on this. New CZ necklace sets. You'll see them in the catalog if you want to sell them. We are now in the App Store. Excuse me. You have Shopify, right, Anna?
I do, yeah.
Have you left us an honest review yet?
I know I've been asked to leave an honest review, but
if
I'm honest, I don't know if I have.
Oh, okay. So do me a favor.
This is my reminder.
Huh? You're gonna be getting some reminders after this. I will not let this one go. All right. We just got into the App Store. Let's see, it's November now. So I think it was late August, maybe early September when we got into the App Store. Within 3 weeks, we shot up the search engine results. We're now in number 3. The only people in front of us are Printify and Printful. I taunt Printify frequently on Twitter, letting them know we're about to displace them. I need your help, ShineOn family, to displace Printify in the app search results. So do me a solid. Go leave us an honest review. I can't ask for a positive review. I'm not asking for a 5-star review necessarily. I'm asking for an honest review. We want your honest feedback right there on the page. Help us displace Printify in the search results. Do not let my taunts be in vain. I need your help, family. All right, so here's how you can do this. Go to apps.shopify.com/ShineOn. You can do this right now while you're watching with Coffee with Michael. It is permitted if you desire. apps.shopify.com/ShineOn. You can also just go to apps.shopify.com and search for ShineOn in the search results. This is what we look like in the search results, right? So click this little fancy icon, scroll all the way to the bottom of the page, and then over here on the left, you're going to see write review. I want you to click that and leave us an honest review. Your feedback really does mean the world to us here at ShineOn. We've been working really hard. We've grown completely by word of mouth until probably 2 or 3 months ago when we tried to start figuring out cold acquisition and we got in the Shopify app store. Please help us. Leave us an honest review. Let us know how we're doing. Good, bad, ugly. It doesn't matter. I just want an honest review. And again, please don't let my taunts be in vain. I'm going to feel really embarrassed if we can't displace Printify in the search results. So Printify, if you're listening, we're coming for you. And by the way, side note, Printify and Printful have employees like in our group. And we know they're watching our stuff because we'll do something in one of our social media channels, like our TikTok, and then they'll do it like 3 weeks later, like the exact same thing. So if you're watching this, Printify or Printful, please take this up to the brass. Let them know we are coming for you, and get on the defense now because I'm trying to take your place in the search results. All right, let's keep going. ShineOnChallenge.com. It's $47, 14 days of drip content. If you're brand new, it's designed to take you from 0 sales to your first sale. It's a fantastic opportunity. Go check it out, ShineOnChallenge.com. We have the treasury. I'm probably going to skip this just for the sake of time. ShineOn Creatives. Then we have the Scaling with Mario program. So if you have this is probably one I do need to spend time on because we're in Q4. If you have a product that you think has a scaling potential right now, but you've never scaled a product before, we have a program with Mario where he will actually do done with you scaling. So go to ShineOnScalingWithMario.com. Get on a call with him, see if your product kind of meets his criteria. And if it does, he'll do like a done with you scaling program where he will help you scale your product to new heights, but you'll also have an incredible opportunity to kind of learn how he does it. I wish I had something like this the first time I scaled because I had a product. You too, huh?
Yeah, I wish on Mother's Day I wanted to scale on Facebook, but I was like, I don't even know how to open an account. I would have loved to have Mario's help at that time. He's so good at what he does.
Yeah, well, and he's probably got more scaling experience than most people on the planet. I mean, he's scaled like, I don't know how many products, a ton of them. Yeah. The first time I ever scaled a product, I think, I didn't do much. I did kind of low 6 figures in the time I had remaining in Q4. And I wish I had somebody like Mario because I'm almost positive I could have hit like $500,000, $750,000 in revenue with the time we had left. But as it was, I don't even think I had $250,000 in a short span of time. So anyways, check this out if you're interested in that. All right, Shots of Espresso every Thursday in the group. If you want to stay up to speed, up at the very top of the group, there should be a little featured button. They may have changed it back to announcements, actually. I can't remember what it is anymore. You'll see something that's featured announcements. It's something like that. If you click it, anything we pinned or made an announcement in the group will be right here on this page. It kind of curates all the news. So you'll see new product releases, the Coffee with Michaels, the Shots of Espresso, all that fun stuff. So you can always stay caught up. All right. Are we ready?
I'm ready.
Let's do it. Coffee in hand. I think this is one where you're going to kind of lead the way. So why don't you just tell me, I'll hand the mic to you. And why don't you just tell me when to change slides?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So we're playing some games through these slides too. So there'll be some Christmassy facts and stuff. So go to the next slide and we'll start.
Okay, let's do it.
All right. So first question. This is interactive, guys. So I need answers in the chat. Okay. Which country came up with the idea to leave cookies and milk out for Santa Claus? I want to know what you guys think.
Do I get a guess?
Yes, you get a guess. Yes. I don't get a guess because I know, but you definitely get a guess.
Okay, there's something about this that feels like a it's I want to say the Netherlands. There's something about this that feels Dutch to me.
It feels European. Yeah, I didn't actually ever. I just thought, oh, everybody's done it since Adam. I didn't even know it was an invention, but I guess that makes sense.
Aren't cookies called like crackers or something over there? Biscuits? Biscuits. They're called biscuits.
Yeah, biscuits. Okay, let's find out the answer. Oh wait, did we get some answers in the chat?
Yeah, hang on. Let's go to the chat here. So we've got, let me go to the top and I'll just click through a bunch of Netherlands.
Oh, this wasn't
Belgium.
even hard. Oh, somebody put Germany.
Is it Netherlands? You just gave away the answer. USA, Netherlands. What's B? Netherlands, Belgium.
Go to the next slide.
All right. It is.
That was too easy. The Netherlands. Yes, it's the Netherlands. All right. So thank you to the people of the Netherlands who.
But they do it on December 6th.
Yeah, that's true. So it's a little bit different here because they have Saint Nick that comes on December 6th, and you leave your boots out and you put gifts in. And no. You put your boots out, and then Saint Nick comes and puts gifts in your boots.
Really?
It's true.
So it's like
and then they have Christmas, and the Christ child comes through the window and delivers presents. So
it's like 2 bites of the apple here for Christmas. They've somehow figured out how to get gifts twice.
Yeah, it's true. All right, next slide. We have another fun fact, Christmas fact. How many ER visits occur yearly due to holiday decorating in the USA? Let's see some answers. I didn't even think that this was a statistic to track, but I guess this is a big deal.
I'm going with A on this one. I've seen my neighbors do this every year. I'm pretty sure we got a lot of people falling off ladders and nailing their hands to the side of their house.
All right, what are some answers?
A.
Oh man, everybody's going for A. I don't feel like it's B. But all right, let's see the answer.
Okay.
Oh, B.
Much lower than I thought.
Really? I was surprised. I'm like, that's a lot of ER visits.
Well, you know what? There's probably not as much participation as there used to be. You know, because I don't know the last time you've been in the States during Christmas, but it's like 1 out of every 5 or 6 houses have lights. Probably.
Well, that's boring. You got to do projecting lights or something. All right, next slide.
Okay, let's do it.
All right, this is the last one of these facts. This is just to get us in the Christmas spirit. So, how much mail was shipped during the holiday season last year? And this should get us in the perspective of how much buying happens during this time of year too.
Okay. I don't think any of these are right. I would expect the number to be way higher than even 90 million.
Yeah, would you say 13 billion?
Oh, I didn't see the B.
All right, let's see what everybody else has to say.
Oh, but pay special attention, folks. That's a B.
It's a tricky. It's a trick.
All right, B, C, B. C, 90 million, B, C. All right, what is it? I think it's C. Okay, it's got to be bigger than 90 million. It's got to be bigger than 90 million. So C, if the right answer is here, it's got to be C.
All right, go to the next slide.
All right. Yes.
Oh, it's 13 billion? That's crazy. I didn't look at the answer before this. That's a ton of mail. That's insane. So
I mean, look, it makes sense. It makes sense to me anyway. We'll send out 13 million ourselves at ShineOn. Not 90 million. Never mind. Right. Okay.
But that's good. I mean, it gives you perspective of how big opportunity is in the United States during this time of year. That's why I like this fact. That was fun. All right, next slide.
Yeah, hold on a second. I want to hang on this for just a minute. Well, it's just because when you're new, a lot of people underestimate how big this market is. That's just the truth. And you also, even looking at this number, it's very difficult to get a feel for how big this number actually is. But I would encourage you to know, like, what is 13 billion? Isn't it like 130? What is 13 million? It's a lot. It's a big number. It's so big. I probably couldn't fit it all. I'd probably have to go to 2 lines if I wrote it all on the screen right here. But it's massive. And really, the takeaway here, if you're new, is this market is not saturated. You are not competing with the ShineOn seller to your left or your right. I'm telling you, the market is so big. It can everybody gets a bite at the pie, right? It's that big. You're really competing with people going to Walmart or Target or Amazon to buy a gift, as opposed to maybe not Amazon, because we're on Amazon now, but like Walmart, Target, going into Costco, going into a boutique, a brick and mortar type store than you are with each other. The market is big enough to support everybody here. It's massive.
It is massive.
It is massive.
Huge.
All right.
All right. So now we're going to get into Etsy. Now that we're all warmed up in the Christmas spirit, we're going to go through these slides pretty quickly because we want to get to the good stuff. So next one. All right. This is the next fact. According to Etsy, in 2021, how many buyers did Etsy have?
Oh, can I go?
Just go to the answer. Just go to the answer.
Oh, all right.
Okay. We had 96 million active buyers. So my husband, a lot of times when people ask like what I do, and he says, oh, she's an Etsy Amazon seller, they think it's really cute. They're like, oh, what does she make? It's cute, right? But people don't realize how massive Etsy is. And there is so much opportunity on Etsy. And one thing that I love about Etsy is that you can get on Etsy so quick. And we'll talk more about more of that stuff next. But I want you to get the vastness and the opportunity that lies on Etsy. It's a serious platform. It's not just for your like cute arts and crafts. That's not what this platform is about. They have a ton of buyers, and there are people looking for everything on Etsy, including jewelry.
My guess is most of these people purchase more than once as well. So you're not looking at
their repeat buyer, I think, is something like 70 to 80% repeat buyers.
Yeah,
so
I totally.
They keep people around.
I wonder how many times people purchase per year from Etsy, because I bet you it's pretty high. I bet you it's between 5 and 10. Their average customer.
I think so. People love the personal touch of Etsy.
Mm-hmm. So yeah. So, anyways, this is like it's 96 million active buyers, but it's like 1 billion purchases or something like that. Like
yeah, exactly. It's a lot. People are buying.
Okay.
All right. If Michael could ask for one thing from Santa, what would it be? Any guesses here?
Okay, this makes me nervous.
What?
This makes me nervous.
Yeah, this is from Etsy. I found a special gift for him, actually.
All right.
What are some of the answers here?
Huh?
Do we have answers in the chat?
We're about 15 seconds delayed. Meat.
Okay. Meat.
Oh, Tammy knows me pretty well. So does Gary.
More coffee.
World peace.
World peace. All right, let's see the answer. This is something I found special for Michael. This is $1 million frog origami.
What the heck?
So
I'll take it.
You'll take it. All right. So
yeah, I could probably flip this thing on Etsy for 100,000 euros or something like that. I could do some $1 million origami frog arbitrage.
Yes, absolutely. All right,
I'll make a course around it.
So that will be your gift for you. Okay, so let's talk about the gift of Etsy and why I love Etsy so much. So you guys already know that there's tons of buyers, and this really is not a small marketplace. They are here to stay. They have grown year after year. Their stock prices do really well, and I know that because I have stock in Etsy. It's a great platform. So some of the benefits of Etsy, if you don't know anything about Etsy, is it's just a really low cost way to start selling ShineOn products. Essentially, all you have to do is open up a store, which can take as little as 20 minutes. I mean, you don't have to have like the fanciest store ever. And then you can start listing products, and all it takes is 20 cents a listing to list a ShineOn product. And then you have access to all those millions of people that you can sell to, which is absolutely amazing. So one thing that's different from Etsy from other platforms is that there's no monthly fee. You're just paying that listing fee. Another thing that I really like about Etsy is that they will do offsite ads for you on Google. So you don't have to do anything extra, but you can be shown on Google because Etsy is actually paying their team to show your listings to more people off of Google as well. So anytime I don't have to do extra work or run ads for something, I am totally happy about that. So that's one thing I really like about Etsy. And the other thing that I like is that you can build up a portfolio, and that portfolio can sell years to come. So for example, I have a couple Etsy stores. One of them I opened probably 5 years ago now, and I still get the same sales every year from that store. And I don't do anything with it anymore. I run some Pinterest to it, and that's it. So that's the benefit of Etsy. And there's just so many products that you can sell on there, and people love the customization of jewelry products. And so that's why we're talking about Etsy right now.
Can I ask you a few questions about your stores?
Yeah, sure.
Like, how many stores do you have?
I have 2. I've opened some others that never really went anywhere, but I have 2 main stores.
2 main ones. And how many products do you think you have on the 2 stores?
One of them I have like 100 and something, but that's because that's the store that's established, and I let anything that doesn't sell has died off. My ShineOn store, I think, has about 300 listings, but at one point it's had over 1,000. So,
And so if you were to stop today, right? Or let's say at the end of this year, you stopped managing these 2 stores. How much revenue do you think you'd bring in next year doing nothing?
That's a good question. Revenue? I would have to look and see, but I mean, anywhere between like maybe 50 and 70,000.
Yeah, that's awesome. 50 and 70,000 for doing nothing.
Yeah, totally.
That's basically a average full-time income in the United States.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm just doing nothing. Yeah. So
yeah, that's awesome.
It's like there's some like basic things you can do to just keep it going. But yeah, it's like there's always going to be, when you have a winning product, if it's an evergreen product and in a great standard niche that lasts forever, that product can just hum along. So
yeah, that is the power of Etsy, in my opinion.
Yes.
Look, I'm more, you know me, I'm definitely more like the Facebook direct response marketplace. Yes. Like that's more my thing. But like the fact that every time you test a product on Facebook or something like that, you could be throwing it onto an Etsy store and possibly scooping up organic sales later. It's kind of a no-brainer to do both. That's the big selling point for me on Etsy, being a kind of a action junkie
person. It's true. And I know that a few or a handful of our sellers in our community do that, and they bring in extra money. One person, he took that advice. He put his stuff on Amazon, and I think he makes like an extra 10,000 a year because he just literally put up his product on Amazon. And that's
just like a used car, people. No big deal.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Like that's really crazy. And so, there is just opportunity to make something consistent that's a little bit more passive, and that's what I love about it.
So before we can get off of this, before we go to the next slide, how many of you out there would like to have an extra $10,000 a year? $10,000 a year, extra $10,000 a year. Give me some like money emojis, money bag emojis, dollar signs, anything like that in the chat. Just say me, 10,000 extra bucks a year for doing nothing. It's like a part-time job for a lot of people, like a low-paying evening part-time job. $10,000 extra a year. Let me know in the chat if that's you, if that would help you. Me.
Me. Yes.
Lots of got Facebook user coming in. Dan Smith says, sure. Yep. Mauricio with the bacon. I like bacon. Yeah. So that's what we're talking about here. We're talking about, obviously it could potentially do more than that. If you stick with your Etsy store, you could maybe do numbers like Anna's talking about. But this is what we're talking about. We're talking about the ability to make an extra $10,000 a year with what is, relatively minimal effort compared to a lot of other ways to make money. I mean, we're not digging trenches here, people. So, all right, ready to keep going, Anna? Oh, I think Anna's being a mom or a wife right now, and that is okay.
Sorry, I was totally being a mom.
That's
my
daughter
was calling me, was like, "Mom, can you come get me?" And I don't know where my it is. So,
do you need to pause for a minute?
No.
Okay.
No. I think she should be okay.
Family first. We understand.
Yeah.
All right. Next.
All right, next one.
Okay.
So people are like, how do you get started? And this is what I love about Etsy, because if you're on other platforms, like even Amazon, it could take a couple weeks to get set up. But Etsy, you literally can get set up like today. By the end of the day, you could have a store, which, guys, that is so amazing. There has never been a time in history where you're like, I want to start a business. And
No
literally you
kidding.
get on, you put your name and address in, and you have a store and you can open it up to millions of people.
Yeah. 30
Like,
years ago, it was like, go find a lease somewhere, save up $10,000, find wholesalers you can buy inventory from.
exactly.
Freaking
It's
nuts.
incredible. It's
Yeah.
incredible.
Awesome.
So if you want to get set up on Etsy, there are two options. You can either use the ShineOn integration, which is free, and it's really great. It's really smooth. Everything gets automated there, and that's wonderful. I have decided to go the route starting on Shopify. You really can go either way, but the benefits of ShineOn or Shopify, go to the next slide.
Oh, sorry.
Is that you can start on Shopify. And of course, you can get sales just on Shopify. So because I have my title and my keywords in my Shopify listings, I get organic sales through Shopify as well. So that's something that, I don't run ads to. And I'll be honest, I'm not getting like all sales all the time, but I do get sales just because my listings are up there and they're optimized for SEO. Okay, from Shopify, I can push my listings to Etsy. If I want to try doing Facebook ads, I have my Shopify store set up there. And then I can also push to Amazon. And so what I find for me, my strategy has always been what sells on Amazon usually sells on Etsy and vice versa. But I like to talk about Etsy because I think that it's just so easy to get on and there's so much opportunity on Etsy. So, but that's kind of like the big picture of why I've chosen to go the Shopify route.
Okay.
So next you're going to want to sign up for Etsy. And these are some quick little notes, is that just make sure that you use ShineOn as a production partner. And then this is kind of the information you would need for a shipping template and things that you would need to add for the listing, just to make that a quick setup for you.
So, hey, if you're watching this, don't panic. This video will be up in the Facebook group even after the live stream is done, and you can like go back and replay it. You can pause right here to get all this if you want it. So don't freak out because you can't do any of that right now while we're live. You'll be able to do it afterwards. All right, let's keep going. Step 3.
Okay, so step 3 is, if you're going to go the ShineOn route, you're going to need something to connect your Etsy to ShineOn. And so I use SedCommerce for that. It's an app, and essentially it's just an integration that speaks between ShineOn and Shopify and Etsy. So when you get an order, it comes through and it gets given to ShineOn, and then it comes back and it completes the order on Etsy. So that's kind of just the basic setup of what we're looking at when we're selling ShineOn products with Etsy. All right, and then we're going to get to the fun part, and this is how I find products that sell. This is how I find my winning products. So this is my system, and I have a question here. This is another little fun trivia, I guess. What is the strangest item listed on Etsy that has nailed their market? I want random guesses because you guys are going to be so shocked at. This is funny.
Well,
I have a point of showing this, but I also think it's crazy that this is something that sells on Etsy.
The thing is,
for everyone on Etsy.
There's so many like fringe products on Etsy. I'm gonna like, it's probably like belly button lint or something like that, huh?
It's something weird.
Seriously, it's got to be. It's like earwax, or it's got to be something like that. All right, what are your guesses in the chat? We're a little bit delayed here, Anna.
Oh, that's right. Sorry.
Yeah. So stickers.
No, that's lame.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be. Yeah, stickers are too big of a product. Knitted nose warmer. That's more. That's more the.
I didn't know that even existed.
Black magic spells.
Oh, I believe that one. That's
chainmail lingerie. See, there's probably a lot of weird stuff like this on there too. I bet. Kitten mittens. No offense to anybody.
All right, let's go to the next slide.
All right, let's do it.
This is the weirdest thing I found.
What the heck is this?
Head candles. So the reason why I'm showing this, because I think it's hilarious, first of all. But my question is do you know your market? So when you're starting on Etsy, it's going to be really important to do your research. So go to the next slide here.
What the how many sales did this product have?
I mean, the store has done pretty well. Look at, they have over 11,000 sales. I'd have to look and see how much this has gotten, but it's a bestseller in their store. Isn't that funny?
All right.
So I wanted to illustrate that because that store really knew their market. And the first step in Etsy is that you also need to find out what your customer wants. You need to know what's working. Okay. So that worked for their customer. Obviously, that's not going to work for us if we were to try and emulate what that store is doing. So the first phase is you need to research what is successful, because success always leaves clues. So I recommend that when you're starting, that you look at 5 to 10 successful stores on Etsy that are selling products that are similar. So in the jewelry message card category, you're going to find 5 to 10, 15, or really as many stores as you can find that have a lot of reviews. Okay, and I really prefer stores that are about 2 years old, or maybe 3 at the most, because that means that they are new to market, they've figured something out. And the reason why I start here is because you want to know what is selling. You're going to find, Michael had asked me, like, how many listings do I have? Well, my listings have dropped off because Etsy listings, if they haven't got sales, then they die off. Okay. But most of your listings on Etsy will fail. It's kind of a you fail to win kind of game, right? And that's something that is part of Etsy or selling on a marketplace.
That's print on demand in general.
Yeah, it's print on demand in general. It's totally fine. So you want to look at these stores and you want to look at their data and you want to find out, like, what have they actually sold, so that I'm not having to test out 1,000 different products like them, right? Most of these stores are going to have like 3 to 1,500 listings up. Okay. And that may not even include the listings that have died off and gone into Etsy graveyard. But we can actually take data and look at the stores and see what are their best sellers, what niches are they in, right? What are some new listings that maybe they started getting sales in? And we want to be able to emulate that, because those are all key indicators that we want to follow in our stores. And this is one of the first things that I see people not do when they start on Etsy. They just hear that, oh, somebody says that jewelry sells really well. Well, great. But you could list 100 products that nobody wants because you haven't done your research. But if you do your research at the very, very beginning, first thing, then you at least have like some bumpers. It's like bowling with bumpers, it's like, it's going to give you some aim and keep you kind of in the safe zone of where sales could happen.
It all comes, this is really about, if you're new, you especially need to pay attention to this. A lot of new people, what they do is they create a product and then they go try to find an audience. The right way to do it, and what you're talking about here, is you basically find your audience first, and then you create products that they're going to buy, right? It's just the way you do this is through this kind of research, looking at these other stores and what makes them successful, because they're selling to an audience, right? And it's the audience that you really need to be focused on, because the audience is going to give you the cues on what you need to create to be successful here.
Yep, exactly.
Okay.
All right. So this leads into phase 2, and that is finding the opportunity. So after you've looked at these stores, you've noticed what colors they're using, what their templates look like, what images they're using, then you're going to want to go into using different tools to find different opportunities. And you're going to start learning about different keywords that are being used. So keywords are the words that people put into the search bar on Etsy or Amazon or on Google. And those are the words that we want to be using in our listings because they need to match. Okay, so if somebody types in daughter necklace and we see that there's an opportunity for daughter necklace, then we need to have that in our title so it's a match. It's kind of like dating, right? We have to have the same interest. If we don't have the same interest, then we don't get matched. Okay. So that's where we're going to start, is by finding the opportunity first. So I'm using eRank. There's a few tools that I use, but I like to look for keywords with lower competition. And with eRank, they have like a really nice layout where it kind of shows you where the opportunity can lie. And so the key is that you're looking for mostly green. And it's not always going to be perfectly green, but you can kind of see here, this could be an opportunity where we have some higher search volume, but the competition isn't red, where it's just like we would never be seen because there's just too many people in that niche. So that's the first thing. And then I always like to mention too that it doesn't have to be the lowest competition. So for example, if there was a keyword that you found and only 20 people were using that keyword, it probably is not a great keyword either, because not that many people are actually looking. So you want to have something that has a higher search volume, but still a lower competition. So that's something you'd want to keep in mind.
Yeah, well, and it looks like, so eRank kind of color codes these automatically, it looks like. So
Yep.
you're saying, like, kind of, if you just look for green across the board, that's a pretty good chance that's a keyword with high search volume and then low
Exactly.
competition, et cetera.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they make it really easy. Okay. And then strategy 2 is, this is a new tool that came out this last year that I've really fallen in love with. It's called Insight Factory. And what I like to do is I like to verify the sales opportunity. So just because there is, a keyword that you find that has lower competition, you want to actually verify that there are people who are getting sales in that niche. So I come over to Insight Factory and I'll put that keyword in. So for example, I typed in here granddaughter niche. And this is the information that pulled up, and it shows me like that, hey, in the last 7 days, you don't see that on the top. On the top, it says sales in the last 7 weeks or 7 days up there. Yep. And then that's going to show me that, hey, these listings have gotten sales this week and they got sales today. So that can be a really good indicator that, hey, there's actually buyers in this niche, right? This could be a hot niche. And that's what's really important, is that you really want to use the data to verify that there's actually people that are buying when they're typing in these keywords.
What is Insight Factory again?
It's an Etsy SEO tool, research tool. It's new. It came out, I think, this year, or at least I found out about it this year. But it's really cool because it organizes the data so that you can see how many sales a listing gets every week, when it was listed. So, for example, if you find a keyword that somebody is, or a listing that someone's using, and they listed it, say, 2 months ago, and they're getting sales on it, that's a really great indicator that that's a product I would want to come in on, because they just barely listed that product, right? So I could probably have a similar opportunity. And Insight Factory gives us that information, and they organize it really nicely so that it's easy to figure
Very
those
cool.
out. Yeah, it's really, really cool. I really like Insight Factory a lot.
Yeah, I haven't heard of that one. I'll have to check that one out.
Yeah, it's great. Okay, so the next step is then you're going to make your message card. So remember, this is not this is in order of what I actually do. I don't start by just making a message card. This is something that I see a lot of new sellers do, because they might be watching videos for Facebookers and they say, oh, I see that the daughter niche is the biggest niche for Q4. Well, that's true for Facebook. And that's really good information for Facebook, but that may not be true on Etsy. Or there may be multiple opportunities on Etsy, but you have to find those keywords to confirm that. And so that's why we do our research first. So we look for our keywords, and then we develop our message card around the keywords that we find. And so we want to make that for our perfect customer. So here is our perfect customer. This is Granny at Christmas time. And when we are making our message card, we really want to be asking, what would Granny say and want? This is the most important thing, is that when people are looking for a specific product, they have an expectation of what they're looking for, right? So if this is Granny looking for a granddaughter necklace, she's going to want something that's in her voice and in her tone and what she would say to her granddaughter. And it's going to be like all lovey, gushy, mushy. Okay. Now, Grammy probably wouldn't have like cars on her message card. She's going to have like hearts and flowers because Grammy loves that, you know?
I was just about to say, like we're in Granny's house too, apparently. And if you a lot of times what I see sell really well in the grandma to granddaughter niche, grandmother to granddaughter niche, a lot of times they'll have flowers on the message card. But like if you look here, you can see why that works. I mean, even this like kind of patterning on the couch here is kind of this floral kind of thing. Even this vase back here, it's probably hard to tell for people watching. It's got kind of a floral pattern going on. You got a plate up here. Look at her shirt. Well, what is going on with the shirt? I don't know what's going on with this overcoat thingy.
It's patterned and colored.
But Anna's bringing up a good point that like you need to match the demographic. Like you're not going to have race cars on a grandmother to granddaughter item. It's not gonna fit. It's not gonna work. You have to match whatever the niche is going to be comfortable with. So, anyways.
Yes, exactly. Perfect. Okay. So this is something that I'm sure that most people know, but we do have newbies here. And so we've got a trivia here. This should be an easy one for everyone in the chat. What's the perfect message card layout? All right. Because there is actually a formula to message cards. And this formula is great because it actually can be applied to other products on Etsy. So one thing you can do is you can take your message cards. This is just like a little side trick here. You can take your message cards and you can put them on ornaments too. Just a little side note, because people love mushy gushy ornaments too. But this message card, because this like layout just sells, people love this format. So what's the answer here? I guess we could.
I think we've only had one person.
Oh, only one. Lame. Come on, guys.
Well, I think this might be a tough one to answer open-ended. Is the issue.
Well, you
maybe
talk about
I don't know.
Every week. All right. Well, then let's give them the answer.
Okay, here we go.
All right. It is the message card layout, and we have the hook, the message, and the sign off. Okay. So we address our person, and a lot of times adjectives do really well. So to my beautiful daughter, to my beautiful wife. And then you have a hook, and that's usually kind of your first line there that says something like, you know, for example, here, sometimes it's hard to find the words to tell you how much you mean to me. That's going to make me cry. That's the hook. All right. Then the rest of the message is just considered the message, right? That just kind of wraps up the whole sentiment. And then the sign off is love, mom. So that is the format that you're going to want to use for message cards. And it works. People just love this.
Yeah, I agree. 99% of the winners that we see, they follow this format. We call it the greeting card format over here. Anna's saying the same thing. It's like to the recipient, then you have the message, and then it's from whatever. And there's a certain way that like if you're going for emotional impact, right? We say it's the phrase that pays. If they buy, they'll cry. If they cry, they'll buy. If you're going for emotional impact, there's a certain kind of structure that you need the phrase to have as well to really pull on people's heartstrings. So yeah, I agree with this totally.
All right. So that's how we're going to write our message card. And then next, you like that?
I do.
The next is that we want to drive traffic to our listings, right? Etsy's going to favor us because we are bringing traffic. So Michael, what do you think my favorite way to drive traffic is to my Etsy listings? I actually told you
said Pinterest earlier. So Pinterest?
It's Pinterest.
6. Yeah, I believe it. Do I need to go to the next one? Oh, yes, I got it.
So Pinterest, good job. You got it. So Pinterest has over 4 million monthly active users. And Pinterest is not just a place where people go to look for arts and crafts either. This is a search engine. It's like a big Google, and people go there because they want to see visual searches. And so it brings in, at times it will bring up to 30 to 40% of my traffic. So wow. Pinterest is, it's really, really big, and it's a great opportunity to bring in buyers just by doing things.
Are you you may answer this, so if you do, just tell me shut up, we'll go to the slides. Are you running ads, or are you just
No,
no?
you just pin 1 or 2 pins. So the way Pinterest works is that you have boards and you make a board per niche. So for example, if you were to do like daughter gift, then you would make that board and you would put your daughter niche type products in that board, and then you would mix it with other people's products that are complementary. So that way, if somebody comes in and they see
Oh,
maybe
you
one
look
of
like a fan. And
yeah,
not
exactly. It's
somebody
like you're
trying
like
to sell stuff.
curating like ideas and concepts, and then
Yeah.
you're hopefully your product's good enough that people are like, oh, that's the one I want. And so that's kind of the overview of Pinterest. But it's a great opportunity to bring in
I'm
traffic.
not a Pinterest person here, and I don't want to get super deep. I just want to understand this. So, do you have like do you like download the Pinterest Chrome extension and then go to your Etsy listing and like pin images directly
You
from your Etsy listing, or how do you do that?
you can do that, but there's a program called Tailwind, and so you can create pins in Canva. You can also create them in Tailwind now as well, and then you can just schedule to pin your pins. So pretty easy.
Okay, so there's really nothing fancy about it. I assume in the pin description or something you have a link to.
Yep, exactly. So you'd have a link, you'd have your keywords, so that again, because it's SEO heavy, you have to have your keywords, which you've already done your research on. And so that's one way to bring in some traffic to your listings as well.
Oh wow, learn something new every day. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Um,
Pinterest is awesome.
Hey, what advice do you have for Pinterest on changing their logo so it doesn't look like the Target logo? You ever notice that?
Well, they must know that it works, so they used it.
Apparently.
Okay, so on Etsy, you're going to want to outshine your competition. And here are some tips and strategies that I use. So first of all, you want to offer amazing customer service and always ask for feedback, because customer service, Etsy will reward you if you're in your shop and you're responding to your customers, and you're doing that quickly. And of course, you just want to have feedback, because you never know what kind of ideas your customers have. Like, they're your perfect buyer. So when they give you feedback, you can only be better because of it. So I do like feedback. It's important. You get better that way. My second strategy this is my favorite, is when you get a product that is selling, you do not have to be the only person that has the one product. You can actually make like 10 versions of that best-selling listing, right? You can also duplicate that listing and get more real estate. So for example, let's say you have a product that's selling really well, and so that's going to show up in the search results that one time because it's just the one listing, right? Well, you can duplicate it, and then you have 2 spaces that can now show up in the search results. And so you can actually get more real estate on Amazon or on Etsy by duplicating your winning listings, which is really cool. And then if you have a product and it has that lower competition, it's doing really well, you can be your own copycat. You can make more listings in that same niche. And that's how you start to scale your products on Etsy. That's how I've always scaled my products organically. That's how I did it on my big Mother's Day run with ShineOn products, was that I essentially just dominated the niche. And so that's something that people don't tell you can do, but that is one of the best ways that you can, in my opinion, grab up all the sales, because you're grabbing up all the real estate. And that's really, really fun.
When you duplicate those listings, you're like changing them, like adding new keywords?
So you can do it 2 ways. You can just duplicate it because you already know it's winning, and then you're just getting more real estate. That's just the benefit of having multiple listings. The next thing you can do is also you can duplicate it to test out new images. So for example, let's say that you have like a really pretty background for your jewelry, right? And then you could duplicate it and you could use a UGC picture for your main image and see if that brings in more people. And then you could
everything stays the same, except the image, the little thumbnail image.
Wow. Or let's say you're getting more data and you're like, oh, look at all these keywords. Well, then you could try out new keywords in the title, for example, in a new listing.
How many duplicates would you make?
It really just depends on the volume, because if you have something that's in like super high demand, you could keep going and going, but it's really until I don't see any return on the duplicate listing. So if the new duplicates aren't getting any views, then I've maxed out.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah. So like sometimes I'll duplicate like on my bestsellers, I've duplicated up to like 10 times.
Wow. Okay. Interesting. Very interesting.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
You're right. We got trivia all the way throughout here.
I did trivia all the way through. Okay. I wanted to have fun. I like trivia games,
Kudos to Robin too, because I did she do a lot of this?
We worked on it a lot together.
Okay. All right.
So, all right. What do you think there's 3 things that people should not be doing, Michael, on Etsy? Come on.
On Etsy?
I know you might have something. Yeah.
3 things people should not be doing on Etsy. Copying other people. Probably.
Yeah, don't do that. Yeah, that's
but
not on my
that's
list.
clearly what the one you were thinking of. I can hear the disappointment in your tone.
Come on. All right.
I don't know.
Let's give them the answers then.
Okay, let's try it.
All right. Things that you should not do. Like not do your initial research. This is kind of awesome. Okay. So you absolutely should do your initial research. Okay. Like people shouldn't just jump on and not do any research at all. Okay. This is something that people do all the time because they see the YouTube's videos or whatever. We already talked about this, but I want to nail this in people's heads because it's so important. You would not go and invest in a brick and mortar store and spend thousands of dollars to get set up doing no research at all. But yet people don't do it because they're like, oh, this is easy. Like we'll just throw things up. And yeah, you can do that, but like you have to do research. So that is the first thing is that don't do your research. Okay, the next one is people don't use relative keywords on Etsy. So this is really important because people will write a phrase and so they'll actually put their phrase like in the title or for their keywords. Well, people aren't looking for your phrase. They don't even know your phrase exists out there. Okay. So it's really important that you are actually using words that people are searching for. If you don't use those, your listing has no shot at ever being found. It will be dead in the Etsy graveyard. Okay. It will be gone. So you have to use relative keywords to your product or else it will never be found. All right. And then the last thing is people do not have enough listings. They'll be like, I put up 10 listings and I don't have any views and no sales and it's just so sad and hard. Okay. That's just not how Etsy works. Guys, you have to have a goal in mind that you are going to list 15,000 listings. Okay?
Yeah, even I know this one. Like
yes, I know you know this one because we've talked about this one.
Well, one of the first things you notice about Etsy, if you think about this seriously at all, is all your biggest stores have like well over 1,000 listings.
Yeah,
like it's kind of a volume.
At least, yeah, like I mean, I would shoot for around 500 to 1,000. Like that's a range where people often land and have success there. But it is a game of listing products regularly because you just, again, you don't know what's actually going to connect. You're going to do your research so that you're kind of in the zone, but you never know what is actually really going to resonate and what Etsy's going to pick up and then show to more people. So you have to keep listing and trends change too, right? So if a trend changes or a new opportunity comes up, you need to be able to put up more listings. That's just the nature of business. So, all right, next slide is what are the top 3 things that people should do?
Well, probably research.
Yes, absolutely do research.
Putting the relevant keywords in the title, probably. That's another one.
Yes.
How do I know these? How do I know these?
I don't know. You're so smart, Michael. Good job. All right, go to this next slide. All right. The first thing you need to do is you need to start today. So it's such a fun business. It's so exciting. It's really simple. I've tried running Facebook ads. I about had a heart attack. I admire all my Facebook ads people, but Etsy is much more fun and exciting and I can sleep well.
This is subjective.
This is subjective. And again, yeah, it is subjective, but really you can start today. Okay. You can get set up in an hour. You need to be listing consistently. All right. Now people ask, well, how many listings should I be putting up? It honestly, the most important thing is, are you doing research first? And then what can you do after that? So if you can only list 2 listings a day, great. By the end of the year, you're going to have over 700 listings. You can do 3 or 4 a day. Great. By the end of the year, you're going to have, a couple thousand, and you're probably going to get a lot better at it. So list consistently. Okay. And the last thing is only list products that have data behind the decision. Do not waste your time doing something that has no reason behind it. Like, you need to know people are buying those products and that people are excited and that there is an opportunity for you. If you do not have an opportunity, you don't have eyes, or it's too competitive, then you're just wasting your time, and that's just not worth it. So you must have done your research.
So I have a question for you.
Things now, Michael.
Huh?
I said, I feel like you'll never forget the things that you must do and not do.
So I have a question for you.
Okay.
How often do you duplicate a listing and then just change the title and the tags and things like that, and call that like a new listing? Like, would you call that a new listing? Does that count?
No, I wouldn't call that a new listing.
So for
that
you,
would be more of like an optimization kind of thing.
So when you say like a new listing, you're talking about like a new product to the store, like a new phrase or design or something like that.
Yeah, exactly. Mm-hmm. And there's going to be times where you're going to fill up a niche, and then you're going to work to fill up another niche because you're going to build a portfolio, right? And then you might come back and you might add more to a different niche to try new things out. Maybe you've gotten better. Maybe you see new opportunity. Maybe ShineOn has a new product that has come out and you can swing back around. So that's fine. But the point is that, you're consistently uploading something new and fresh that has been researched every day.
Nice. Okay.
Yes. And I have prepared a free gift for everyone because it's Christmas time.
Yeah.
And I want everybody to succeed on Etsy. And I think it's such a great platform. And we have such an awesome opportunity to have these wonderful products from ShineOn to put out into the world and make people happy. So my gift is that I have created a Etsy starter guide, and it is it's just really cool. It will just help you get your store set up, have the checklist, so you make sure you get everything covered. And I think we're putting the link in the comments. Oh, there we go. Thank you, Robin. She just put it in there. So if anybody wants to get set up, you can write down your goals in there. It will help you get your store set up. It will show you the tools that I use on Etsy. And I think that pretty much covers it. But I hope you enjoy it because it is really helpful. It can get you started really quickly.
Yeah, so here's the link. Look for it in the comments and click it. I wouldn't recommend typing that. You should just register like annasfreegift.com or something. And
that's a good idea. There you go. Yeah. Okay. Until then, we'll be grateful for Robin for putting it there.
Until then, thank you, Robin. All right. So here's the link. Again, it's in the chat. Go find it. Don't type this out. Just go find it in the chat. Okay. Next.
Yes. And I think this is the last one. So if you want more help to learn about Etsy, and then we have Q&A. I do have a course, and I will give anybody who signs up with Coffee with Michael, they'll get 50% off using the code ShineOn.
All right.
And you can access, all you have to do is just go to shineonstars.com/CWM, and you will you can get it there. But that will teach you everything, how to get set up with print on demand, how to get set up with ShineOn, and how to use the strategies that I have used to scale my stores as well. So you can also join my free Facebook group, ShineOn Selling Strategies. You just have to search for that and it will pop right up because it's one of the top ShineOn groups next to ShineOn's main group.
Yeah, so let's talk about this for a minute. So
okay.
ShineOn, we can vouch for Anna. She knows what she's doing. We've seen her sales, so she's validated. If ShineOn had a little blue check mark, Anna would get the blue check mark.
Oh, thank you.
I've actually gone through the course myself. I probably not since you've updated it. It's probably
I have done a lot of updates. Yep.
But the first version was really good. We have seen a number of students kind of come out of Anna's community that were successful. Again, she's got the Facebook group, ShineOn Selling Strategies. That's the
Yep.
name of it, right? Yeah.
Yep.
You
ShineOn
changed the
Selling
name of
Strategies.
it at one point or something.
I did, and then it was like that was even more of a mouthful. So ShineOn Selling Strategies works.
Okay, so ShineOn Selling Strategies is the name of the Facebook group. You can find it. Just search at the top, whatever. Her group's good. I'm in the group, and I comment on posts occasionally. A number of our ShineOn employees are in there. So go check out the group if you want to learn there. But Anna knows what she's talking about. She sold a lot on Amazon. She sold a lot on Etsy. She's really kind of got this organic sales kind of thing down. So if this is more your vibe, more your speed, more your style compared to the direct response stuff on Facebook or TikTok, it's a little slower, but you can still do really big numbers. Anna is a great person to learn from. So totally vouch for this. ShineOnStars.com/CWM. ShineOnStars.com/CWM if you want to get in on this. Anything else people need to know?
Awesome. No, that's it. Other than like jump in today. It's so much fun, and this is just a great opportunity, and I love to help people. So if I'm like speaking your language right now, then come join me in my group, come join me in my course where I can help you get going too.
Yeah, I'm totally with you on that. Like, no matter what, get started today. Just take some action today. If you can do that, you'll end today a winner. If you participated in the toast, congratulations. That was like a first kind of step towards success, right? So great. You're here, you're watching this, you're investing in your education. These are all amazing things. Now you need to just do something with your fingers after this, right? Like go to Etsy, create a store, make your first Shopify store, create a new product, do some product research and create like a phrase. Just do something as a result of this, and you will end as a winner,
Absolutely.
And just to tease everybody here and make them a little bit jealous, we had multiple people earlier say that they actually had sales coming in while they were watching this.
Oh, did they? Yay!
Yeah.
That's because we're sending good Q4 vibes.
Here we go. I just got a sale too. I just got 4 sales. Yay.
Oh,
Now what? ShineOn, just kick your feet up. Go enjoy the profits.
Take care of it.
Renovate like a room in the house or something. We'll fulfill the orders. You don't worry about the rest of it. Here we go. Phil just got 2 sales while watching. There was one more. So we definitely had people getting sales while they were watching, which is pretty amazing.
Yes, all right. Congratulations. So
how much time do you have for Q&A?
We're good.
Okay.
I'm here to hang out.
Let's do a little bit of Q&A. I'm not quite in the same boat as you, but I think we can do 3 to 5 probably good ones here, and then we can move to wrap up. So let's do some Q&A. Again, we're a little bit behind. Type your questions in the chat. We'll get to them. I'm going to scroll up just to get us started here and try to find an old question. So let's do this one here. Sorry, guys, my kiddo was sounded like he was choking there for a minute, so I had my dad ears on to make sure that that was resolved. All right. Hi, Anna. Do you recommend having only a ShineOn shop on Etsy and not blend in other products, or is having other types of products mixed in okay?
Yeah, this is a really good question that I get a lot. So usually what I recommend is that if you're going to mix product categories, then you need to make sure they're complementary. So for example, like if you went to a kid's toy store and you saw a women's clothing section in the toy store, like in the corner, you'd probably think that's a little bit odd, and it might even turn you away from coming to this toy store for your kids, right? Because it's like, why are there this strange mix of clothing? So the same thing is with your Etsy stores, is that if you're going to mix product categories, they need to be complementary. So I usually say that with jewelry, I would separate out the store, and the only things that I would mix if I wanted to test out different products would be ornaments, because ornaments, everybody sells ornaments, and maybe candles. That would be it. Other than that, I would really keep your ShineOn store separate, because people like the look of the store being high end. To me, that's the one thing that I love about ShineOn products is that they have a very like special feel to them. And so if you put that up against a mug, it really devalues the look and feel of the necklace. And I think that they don't really connect to the buyer in the same way. But the buyer might see, for example, like the necklace, and then they see like a candle. Those have the same feeling or the perceived the same sentiment, I should say. And so you could mix that way, but in general, I say leave your jewelry store and keep it separate.
So we do have another question here, but before we do, someone said they got unlocked from Facebook while they're watching this.
Yes.
I'm telling you, it's all in the toast, people. It's all in the toast.
It is.
All right. How much do you spend on Etsy ads?
I don't really have a ton of Etsy ads. I have like a love-hate relationship with them. It seems like sometimes they work and then sometimes they don't. So I really only have it like in peak season. I might have it just to $10 a day and that's it. So yeah, that's it.
Do you do any, like they rolled out the new keyword stuff where you can like turn off certain keywords and things like that?
Yeah, I'll do that as well. Yeah.
And you're not seeing any real improvements?
No, I was hoping that I really would, but I really haven't. So, if you're just starting out, just turn on $1 or $2 a day. That won't hurt. And, and then just raise it from there. Like it's $1 or $2 a day. I bet you're drinking coffee that often. You could cut back on your coffee for a week or two, try out Etsy ads. And then if you like it and it's getting you sales, great, keep them going. If not, then turn them off and keep going organic.
I've got some hard news for people here. This is going to be a sideways pill for a few of you. If you are willing to sacrifice $1 or $2 a day to get this to work, I would recommend not doing this. The side hustle thing may not be for you. Hopefully,
okay, fair enough.
That's nobody in our audience.
That's true.
All right. So, Michelle here, do you have a certain price point that sells the best?
Yeah. Michelle, that's a really good question. So when I first started selling ShineOn products, I was able to get a much higher price, but there is more competition on Etsy. And so I do sell usually around $40 to $42, but there are certain strategies that I recommend to try and increase your cart price to help make more money. So that could be like sell group type of products that people could buy. Maybe they want to buy like best friend gifts or something, or wedding gifts. And so that way they're buying in larger quantities. So that can help raise your profits. And then the other recommendation would be to have complementary products as well. So maybe somebody comes in and they're like, oh, I really like this daughter necklace. And I really like the son necklace as well. And you can put those in your pictures. Like if you have a complementary product, you can put that in your images or in your description to say like, oh, if you like this, then you could also check out this product. And so that can help increase what people are willing to buy. So I hope that helps.
Good. Okay. How do you find how many sales a product has sold on Etsy?
So you can do that through Allura. If you find a shop that's doing really well, you can just take the name of the shop and put it into Allura. And then you download their store information and it will tell you the top listings that have gotten sales, how many sales they have gotten, the revenue that product has brought in. And then you can also see through Insight Factory if a product is getting daily sales still or not. So for example, you might have a product like from Allura that would show that it's gotten, let's say like $20,000 in revenue. Okay, we might say, ooh, that's fantastic. Like maybe I want to do that. Well, if you were to go into Insight Factory and look at that product and it's not getting any sales or maybe not that many, then that might be an indicator that the trend has died on that product. So that's how we use our research to make those decisions. We want to have confirmation that we're finding products that are like on the upswing and that has buyers that are looking at it. And so that's why we kind of use different tools to confirm where the buyers are at, what niches are doing well.
Yeah, and you can attempt to reverse engineer it by looking at how many reviews that particular product has received in Etsy. So like if you scroll down to like on desktop, if you scroll down to where the reviews are, you'll have reviews by shop, but also reviews by product. It'll be like a tab there. You can kind of look at that, and they the number varies, but like I typically use I imagine that 1 out of 10 people leave a review. And so I kind of
Yeah.
go backwards from there to figure out how many sales.
You can also do that as well.
Yeah, that's kind of that's the po man's way of doing it. And you can also look at
That works.
like recent reviews, see how many reviews have come in recently, right? Because
Recently, yeah.
like if it was last year or 6 months ago or something, and the sales have kind of died off, again, that's kind of telling you the same thing. Maybe this product has run its cycle already. So
yeah,
okay.
That's another good way of doing it too.
Let's see. Do we need 2 stores, one ShineOn and one Etsy?
Okay, I'll clarify that more. So you would need to have your ShineOn account, and then you can choose if you want to use the ShineOn integration to connect with your Etsy store. And then if you want to not use the ShineOn integration, then you would need to have a Shopify store, and then you would need to connect that with your Etsy and ShineOn accounts. So kind of a mouthful, but if you get my planner, then it will lay it all out there.
Yeah, there's actually a few questions on here similar to that. Like, are the same products in your Shopify and your Etsy store?
Yeah, they're the same. Yeah, because I'm not trying to like recreate anything for Shopify that's not on Etsy, right? I use the same titles, the same keywords. Shopify is just housing my products because I push them onto Amazon as well. That's all it's there for. It's just like a home for my listings. Is it?
All right. So here's one. How long does it take to rank for top selling keywords? Most of the listings are always buried on page 4 or 5, despite following the relevant phrase, title, tags, description.
Yeah. So for Etsy, it can take up to 30 to 90 days for your product to fully reach its maturity in the algorithm, depending on the product. But the other thing you have to consider is the seasonality of products. Like, for example, I'll have some products that literally will not sell the entire year until it hits the holiday or season that product is for. And it will spike and then it will be dead again. So there are a few factors in how that can work. And it also might just not be a strong enough product as well. So that is why you keep testing and keep adding new products and listings to see what works. And the other thing too that you need to consider is your product different enough from the other products to stand out, right? If you've created the same design that has the same black, white background and the same, kind of cursive font, you're going to have a really hard time competing with the product that has already gotten sales that looks exactly the same. So, that question is kind of hard to say because there can be a lot to it, but those could give you some ideas.
Cool. Let's make that maybe the last question.
Okay.
I've got kind of a comment here, and then let's move to wrap up. So this is from Sama, something like that. Thank you, Anna, because of you, I started on Etsy and almost doubled my sales.
I'm so happy to hear that. I love that. Yay!
Yeah. So
Congratulations.
more props on the course. So again, let's go back to. Hang on. Let's see. How do I do this? Someone's going to need to show me how to drive again. So, okay, if you want to check out what Anna's got, shineonstars.com/CWM. That's her course. shineonstars.com/CWM. That's her course. You get a 50% discount if you sign up at this link. So if you're watching Coffee with Michael, that's for you. She also has a group, ShineOn Selling Strategies, on Facebook. ShineOn Selling Strategies. So type that into the search bar and you'll find her group. But with that, I think I'm gonna move to wrap up. If you're comfortable with that, Anna, do you have any parting words for anybody in the audience today?
Any what? Sorry.
Do you have any parting words for the audience today?
Parting words. Yes, my parting words is that I believe in you. We, like it seems overwhelming at first, but really this is possible for anybody. So if you have a desire, then I say go for it. go out into the world today, make it happen, start, because that's the only way you're ever going to find out if this works for you or not. So those are my parting words.
Yeah, your life could be fundamentally different today if you just
Yeah,
take a little bit of action. Like I kind of
absolutely.
like imagine your life is on a path. Well, today, right, the path is splitting and you've got to make a choice. Are you going to take some action and start going down this other path towards maybe a goal that you have about some side income or whatever it could be, paying off some bills, maybe getting out in the 9 to 5, whatever it could be, right? Or are you going to go down the other side and just do the same thing you've always done and get the same results you've always had and be right here on a Coffee with Michael next year wanting to do this and just not doing it, right?
Yeah.
It's your choice. It's a red pill, blue pill moment. I hope you take the red pill, as does Anna.
Yes,
So,
absolutely.
thank you, everybody, for your time today. Thanks for joining. This was a great Coffee with Michael. Definitely the best one this week. And until next time, happy selling, everybody. Take care.